Do you support raising the minimum wage in New Hampshire? If so, to what dollar amount, on what timeline, and why?
Yes, I do support New Hampshire to reinstate a minimum wage, and I would support a $15 an hour minimum wage, and to do that gradually over 5 years. It is time for working people who have to work sometimes 2 or 3 jobs to be able to have a livable wage so that they can put food on the table and a home for their families, and I would move forward to do that. Thank you.
So I support a $15 an hour statewide minimum wage. And we need to go bigger. And here's how. We need to be thinking more in the context of a living wage, because the minimum wage is one element of how we get to where I think most of us want to get to. You should be able, on 40 hours of work a week, you should be able to not worry about that roof over your head. You should not worry about being able to get health care without getting in trouble. You should have safe, reliable transportation to get to and from work and your kids' game and everything else you got to do. And you should be able to put food on the table. And it means that when we think about this, we go bigger than simply a $15 an hour statewide minimum wage. It means that we think about land use policy. And as a guy in a lot of cities, as a former mayor, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this. By the way, our property tax-driven system is having an outsized impact on our inability, the difficulty, to get the affordable housing stock we need in many communities, because we ask communities, because they have to pay for so much of education compared to any other state in the country, we basically ask them to zone out children. Apartments don't look so good because they don't generate a lot of revenue for the town, but they do bring in a lot of kids, and we can't have that in this state. So you got a 55+ development, come on in. You want an apartment that might have some kids? I'm not so interested. If we don't look at the fundamentals of how we raise and spend money in the state, it is difficult for us to achieve what we need to. That affects transportation and housing policy. And that's why I favor universal health care, and I'm looking at models that can work in a small state like New Hampshire. Because if you are waiting for Donald Trump, and at least this current Congress, to get anything progressive done in terms of making sure that you don't have to worry about health insurance, I've felt the pain of it. We filed bankruptcy when I was a teenager because we didn't have insurance. My dad lost his job and my mom had a heart attack. Until nobody feels like Norman Sue Marchand did in 1990, I will not be satisfied. That's all part of a living wage.